Hello, Jodie here from Kovala Health. In this short video, I'm going to demonstrate to you 5 movements or exercises that you can do to improve your back health. So a really good video for back care. Prevention is the best key. So we'll be explaining to you how to engage with the core effectively. And remember, before you start any exercise or any new stretching, please see your doctor first, physio or osteopath. Now, before we begin, I'll explain to you first how to engage with your core effectively, because it's very important to strengthen our core to help support our spine, to help support the hips, and most importantly, to prevent back issues and back pain. So we draw the navel to spine slightly, and we lift, squeeze the perineum or pelvic floor. So it feels like a scooping in and up with your lower belly if you'll place your fingers on the lower belly. And another way I explain in my live stream classes is if you imagine you go on the toilet and you're slowing the flow, so you need to activate your pelvic floor for that. So it's a gentle squeeze of the pelvic floor. So that might help you activate the pelvic floor. Thinking about that little analogy, slow the flow. So for many reasons, you can have back issues throughout your life. It might be maybe past old injuries, sport injuries. You might be doing too much sitting during the day, maybe heavy lifting, or maybe you're not picking up things correctly, so body mechanics may be poor. Overall weakness in your back and core. So, or you might be going through menopause and you might get some symptoms like backaches and that. So strengthening your whole body is really important, but also balancing it with stretching, eating correctly. So I've got more information on that with my blog about back care. So you might want to have a read of that. So let's begin. We're going to come onto the hands and knees and start in cat and cow as our warm-up. Your knees, if they are sensitive, so place something under the knees. Knees and feet hip width apart, hands, spread your fingers and they're directly under the shoulders. So coming to a neutral spine, you might just want to move side to side, just move a little and just get as comfortable as you can. Shoulder blades moving down our back, looking down, so chin is tucked in slightly. Just take a couple of breaths here in this neutral position. So really focus on your breathing in this practice with these 5 movements. Now remember, before we begin, we're going to start to be a little more aware of our core. So we draw navel to spine slightly and the pelvic floor will gently squeeze. On the exhale, we're going to lift the upper back, draw the head in and tailbone in gently. Inhale, we're going to drop our belly towards the ground. Lift the tailbone, shoulders back. Exhaling, lift the back. Gentle flexion in your back, cat. Inhale, a gentle back extension, tailbone up, belly down and shoulders away from ears. So we call this the cat in yoga. And when we move into the gentle back bend, calling cow. Sometimes they call it tiger. So just moving with your breath. Really feel the lower belly. This is a great way to release the spine, the back muscles, shoulders, hips. A great warm-up. If you ever feel tired during the day or a bit stressed, moving into the cat and cows. So you can do as many rounds as you wish. You can always put me on pause and do more. I'm only demonstrating in this video. And we're going to finish with the gentle back bend. Open the heart, tailbone up. And then we're going to come back to neutral spine, and then we're going to lie on our tummy and chest for some gentle lower back extensions next. So you're going to make your way down. It's about hip width or maybe even a little bit wider if your hips and backs are tight. Pressing down the big toes. We're just slightly looking forwards and down, but we're going to lengthen out through the crown of the head. So start to engage with your core here. So in yoga we call this the Sphinx. In Pilates, it's the Swan, but it's just a gentle variation. So open the heart space, just relax around your neck, gentle, deep breathing. Feel yourself gently squeezing the pelvic floor and navel slightly to spine. And at any time you can come down, just rest the head all the way down, one hand on top of the other, forehead on the hands. Breathing into your lower back. Stay there a little longer or we'll come up for the second one. So elbows under shoulders. Get ready, start to engage with your core more. Looking slightly down but forwards. Feel a gentle contraction around your lower back. So this is going to strengthen your lower back. So those of you that do lots of sitting during the day, this is going to be very good for you and help to improve posture. Anytime, come down and rest. Some of you can stay here a little bit longer. So when we finish, we'll come down and pause, lie all the way down, tuck your chin in, rest the head or forehead on the hands. You might even want to just gently move the hips side to side, a little sway side to side with your hips. So next we're going to lie on our side, getting ready for our clams. So just make your way on your side now. Moving onto our side. Legs bent. So about a 45-degree angle from our hips, so they're not too high. About a 45-degree angle, feet together. So if there is any neck, shoulder issues, you can always lie down flat, head down flat on the arm or use a pillow. And just relax there, or you can prop up with me. So you might even want to pad under the elbow. So let's place the top hand on the hip. So we're going to avoid moving our hip back when we lift the knee. So keep your top hip directly over the bottom hip. Really stabilize with your hips, keep them very still. Engage with your core again, so feel a gentle scooping up and in with this lower belly. Relax the chin, so in line with the middle of the chest. Getting ready, exhale, let's lift the top knee. Pause. And come back down. So strengthening that glute med muscle here on the side of the buttocks, which is one of your main hip stabilizers. So very important to strengthen in these clams. So this is a clam. Exhale, lift the knee. Pause. And come down. You can even pause a little bit longer. So remember, it's important not to rock back with your top hip. Contracting gently in your belly, and don't forget to breathe. Nice deep inhale nose, and you can breathe out through your mouth. So coordinate your movement with your breathing. Importantly too is move slowly and with control. So again, you can do a little bit more. You can put me on pause. I'm going to get ready to come up and do the other side. So lift yourself up. Gently swivel your legs around to the other side. So just take your time. Again, maybe put me on pause again. Lie completely flat if you need to, if shoulder and neck is sensitive, or just stay propped up on your elbow. So legs are about a 45-degree angle from the hip joint. Feet together. Place the top hand on the hip so we can connect more with the hips and feel what's happening. Belly in, chin in. Exhale, lift the top knee. Pause. Inhale down. Open the top knee. Remember, keep the hip really still. Pause. And down. Just go at your own pace. Just taking little steps to improve with your back health. You might not do the whole video. You might just do maybe the cat and cow in the beginning. Just take it really easy. As long as you're not feeling any pain when you do these movements. If you are, you stop straight away. So contracting in your belly, open, pause, close. Let's do one more, or just put me on pause and you can do a few more. And then we're going to get ready for our next movement, is to lie down on your back next, really slowly. We're going to lie down on our back now. Take your time, legs bent, arms to the side to support you. Very gently roll onto your back. Now you might need a pillow for your neck, so put one under the head. Move our shoulder blades down. Just watch you not arching your lower back, so come into a neutral position. Should always have a natural small curve of the lower back. We don't want to flatten it to the ground. Feet about hip width apart. Let's place our hands on the front of the hips, or the heel of the hand on the front of the hips, and fingers facing in towards your pubic bone. So for two reasons, we can feel that the hips are going to remain stable, and we can feel the lower belly gentle tightening, squeezing, especially when you activate your pelvic floor. So let's activate our core now, and very slowly, keeping your hips still, lifting one knee off the ground, and then coming down. Alternate knee lifts. So just take it really easy. If you're moving your hips, just take it down a notch, just a small lift, maybe just lift the heel and come down. Remember, your goal is to keep those hips really still, or the rest of the body still. All that moves is your leg. And feel that gentle contraction in that deep in your lower belly. So you can just stay with the basic knee lifts, or lift the knee, straighten your leg out away from the hip, and then slide the heel back in the start position. Knee lift, extend the leg out slowly, and heel slide in. So you have two choices, just a knee lift, or extend the leg, slide in. So just watch you're not moving hips, watch you're not arching your back. Keep the hips level. Also not forgetting, relax your neck, chin in. So yes or no, there's lots to remember. Continue there. To the inner core unit. Once we have that really strong foundation there, we can progress and improve in other areas. Maybe you do gym work, your Pilates, or your yoga, because this is more Pilates. Sporting activities also help improve posture, and also importantly, reducing back injuries. So we'll just pause there for a moment. What we're going to do last is some bridges. So we can stay here, arms to the sides. We'll first do a couple of spinal curls where we lift the hips up and then flow back down again. So when you're ready, we're going to curl up the tailbone first, lifting the buttocks, gently squeeze the buttocks, lift your hips, lift your chest, and then gently roll the spine down, upper back, middle, lower, a gentle spinal curl. Again, curl up the tailbone, press the heels down evenly, lift as high as you can comfortably go, pausing, and then we float back down. So you can just continue with spinal curls, or now move into bridges, holds with me. Curl up the tailbone, gently squeeze the glutes, lift as high as you can and hold. So this is going to strengthen your lower back, hamstrings, buttocks. Nice stretch for the front body, especially those of you that might do lots of sitting during the day. Doing more of these back bends are very good for your backs. And curling down, upper back, middle, lower, pause. So you might want to just rest there or do one more bridge with me to finish up. So gently curl up the tailbone. Take your time. Go as high as you can with your hips. Lift your chest. Don't forget, activate the inner core. Breathe. You can stay there a little longer or come down, upper back, middle, lower, and pause. So we're going to slowly bring the knees up. first of all, do one knee, so it's above the hip. You're going to hold behind the thigh on top of the knee, and then lift the other thigh up. So you can just stay here, especially if your back is tight and sensitive, or you might feel comfortable to go in a little more with your knees. Holding or gentle rocks if that feels good for you. So you choose now. Maybe close your eyes. And to finish, we'll just bring our feet down and just do one little twist each side. So take your arms to the sides, bench straight, or I'm going to go over the head. Feet can be about hip width, and just move the knees over to one side. Keep the chin down and just breathe gently into your back. It's important just to be comfortable here, focusing on your breathing. And then we'll just come back to center and moving over to the other side with the knees. Go slowly, mindfully. And then we'll come back to center. So just take your arms back to the sides. We're going to come up. So pause. The way you come up, you just lie on your side, stretch your bottom arm out. Make yourself comfortable with your legs bent. You can pause here for a little bit longer if you wish, or use your top hand and gently push up from the side position for your back. And you have finished. Well done for getting on the mat and trying something new. Remember, just take it easy, little small steps every day. You can do this sequence maybe 3 times a week. Have a day's rest in between, especially if you're a beginner. And always seek professional advice from either your doctor, a osteopath or physio if you continue having any issues with your back. So if you have time to, watch my yoga stretching for beginners to help with back care. Thanks everyone, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye.